one of the world's fastest growing countries, India's plans are to be a member of the $5 trillion club of global economies. To achieve this, the government of India has made infrastructure its biggest focus area. Hello and welcome. You're watching Transforming India, and I'm Amitabh Kant. In this show, we will take you through India's growth story and how momentous changes are unfolding in all aspects of infrastructure development in the country. Our episode this week will look at the role of atomic energy in making a new India. In the last few years, the application of nuclear and atomic sciences has spilled over to sectors other than just warfare or defense. Nuclear energy is finding extensive use in sectors like healthcare, including treatment of COVID-19, agriculture, railways, sludge management, exploration in the space sector, and most importantly, power and electricity. In this episode, we will talk about government's objective to make best use of nuclear energy in all peaceful ways to provide a clean and sustainable source of energy for all developmental sectors.
When we talk about nuclear energy or radiation, the first images that come to our minds are usually of an atomic bomb explosion like the one in Hiroshima, Nagasaki, or the radiation tragedy in Chernobyl. However, the current reality is far from that. Today, India is using nuclear energy to make our everyday lives better, safer and healthier. Did you ever imagine that nuclear energy can save lives? Due to extensive research going on in the field, nuclear science is being widely used in medicine and healthcare. Nuclear energy has found a new role in treatment of COVID-19 in India. A phytopharmaceutical drug, chlorophylline, developed at bark to treat cancer, has shown promise as a repurposed drug in treating COVID patients in clinical trials held at Tata Memorial Hospital. Power respirators have also been adapted as personal protective equipment for doctors treating COVID patients. The Bhabha Atomic Research Center has also created a solid form of cesium-137 to protect babies and vulnerable patients from adverse reactions to blood transfusion.
Safety and pharmacokinetics data, which showed that if we use a certain dose of chlorophylline, it is 750 milligrams once a day on empty stomach, you will be able. It is both safe, as well as we will be able to achieve some drug levels that are required for anti-COVID activity. Parallelly, they also got anti-COVID activity tested, from National Institute of Virology, and found that it is a very potent anti-COVID drug.
Nuclear science has also emerged as a boon in treatment of cancer. Bhabhatron, a radiation therapy machine, is successfully providing affordable treatment using radioactive cobalt-60 isotope. In another major breakthrough, a team of scientists from BARC has developed the first indigenous ruthenium plaque for eye cancer therapy. BARC has developed the process to recover medical-grade Ru-160 and also to make plaques indigenously, making them more affordable and easily available.
past few years, we have seen that nuclear science has taken up a great role in the management of eye cancer in the form of investigation like PET CT scan or in the form of treatment like plaque brachytherapy and gamma knife therapy. There are many cases where the eye have to be removed because of malignancy, because of scare that it will spread to the other part of the body, where the role of chemotherapy is not possible, or where we can save the vision also. So, like with all these fruitful results, plaque brachytherapy has coming up as a boon in the management of eye cancer.
The government is also providing all impetus to the use of nuclear energy in healthcare by promoting nuclear medicine practices in the country. Over 350 nuclear medicine centers are currently operational across India that are using radioactive products for treatment.
From saving lives to making India Atmanirbhar in the energy sector, nuclear is the way to go. India is expected to become the most populous country in the world by 2027. The energy needs of the growing population are going to be much larger than what the nation currently consumes. To meet the rising energy demands, India will need to move over coal and fossil fuel for producing power, and will have to make a shift to nuclear energy. And that is the way for cleaner, safer, and sustainable solutions. And India is already working towards this. Nuclear power is today the fifth largest source of electricity in India. According to the projections, India's nuclear power capacity is expected to touch 22,000 megawatts from the present capacity of 6,780 megawatts.
India had set up its first power plant at Tarapur in Maharashtra in 1969. Since then, there has been no looking back. Currently, India has 23 nuclear reactors operating in 7 nuclear power plants with a total installed capacity of 6,780 megawatt. India's nuclear plants include the Kakrapar Atomic Power Project or KAPP-3 that was connected to the grid on 10th of January this year. The KAPP-3 is India's first 700 megawatt electric unit which reached criticality in 2020. Other power plants include Kaiga Power Plant in Karnataka, Kudankulam and Kalpakkam in Tamil Nadu, Narora in Uttar Pradesh, Rawatbhata in Rajasthan and Tarapur in Maharashtra. In addition, 8 nuclear reactors with a capacity of 6,000 megawatt are presently at various stages of construction in the country at an overall cost of 90,000 crore rupees. Other than these, the government has also given administrative approval and financial sanction for 12 more reactors with an aggregate capacity of 9,000 megawatt worth 1.5 lakh crore rupees. Two reactors of 1,000 megawatt capacity each will be set up in Kudankulam in Tamil Nadu. The project is expected to be completed in 2026-2027. Two more of 700 megawatt capacity each will be built in Chutka in Madhya Pradesh. Kaiga Power Plant in Karnataka will get 2 more reactors which will produce 700 megawatt each. 4 new reactors of 700 megawatt capacity each will be developed in Mahi Banswara in Rajasthan. Haryana will also get 2 new reactors of 700 megawatt capacity each. All these projects are likely to be completed by 2031 and will provide 22,480 megawatt power. The power plants will also generate 33,000 direct and indirect jobs.
government has been has recognized that nuclear power station they provide clean energy, and to meet our commitments towards carbon dioxide emission or greenhouse effect mitigation measures, government has permitted department to set up more number of nuclear power station, and as of now power stations are under construction at about 4 sites, and we hope that the contribution from nuclear industry would nuclear power would grow.
After implementation of all these reactors which are under construction and which have been accorded a sanction by the government, the installed capacity will reach 22,480 megawatt by the year 2031. This is the program which is already approved and which is under implementation. In addition to that, Government of India has accorded in principle approval for 5 more sites which will house large capacity multiple reactor units at each location, and these sites put together have a potential of accommodating another 32,000 megawatt of nuclear power capacity.
The skill, capability and acumen of our scientists and engineers has led to creation of several world records. The Kaiga power plant achieved a world record after it completed continuous operation of nuclear power reactors for 962 days in 2018. For 3 years in a row in 2014, 2015 and 2016. India set a new world record in producing fuel for indigenous nuclear reactors. This feat was made possible by the Department of Atomic Energy's nuclear fuel complexes in Hyderabad and Tamil Nadu. India is also fast moving towards its goal of clean and sustainable energy.
India has achieved an annual growth rate of 22.9% in 2019-20 for generation of electricity from nuclear energy. This is the highest since 2011-2012. India has also increased the capacity of its nuclear power plants from 4,780 megawatt in 2013-14 to 6,780 megawatt in 2019-20.
Today there is lot of talk about the climate change, and the focus is on reducing and ultimately eliminating the emission of greenhouse gases. If we see the life cycle intensity of greenhouse gas emission of nuclear, it is among the lowest along with the hydel and wind. That is why promoting nuclear energy as a source of electricity production is going to contribute in a big way towards meeting the goals of the country for ultimately reaching the net zero.
Since 2014, India's relationship with the global nuclear order has seen a remarkable shift. In order to further boost India's nuclear capacity, the government has signed 6 nuclear agreements with Vietnam, Sri Lanka, UK, Australia, Japan and Bangladesh for only peaceful uses of nuclear energy. India has also signed various MOUs with Canada, Kazakhstan and Russia for supply of uranium. In March 2018, India signed a tripartite pact for a civil nuclear cooperation with Russia and Bangladesh. Along with these, India has also been working on several projects in collaboration with many other countries to strengthen research in the field.
In 2016, India and the United States of America signed an MOU to set up a laser interferometer gravitational wave in Hingoli district of Maharashtra. The observatory will be built at a cost of 12.6 billion rupees and is scheduled to be completed in 2024. It will play a key role in carrying forward frontline research on various aspects of gravitational wave astronomy. In 2016, physicists from the Tata Institute of Fundamental Research made a landmark discovery that challenges the 1972 Nobel Prize-winning theory of superconductivity. The scientists found that the metal bismuth becomes a superconductor below an ultra-cold temperature of 0.00053 Kelvin.
We cool this bismuth and we could show that it is a superconductor. So, this has taken the world by storm because nobody expected that this should be a superconductor, and also we showed that the price indications of superconductivity in medical become extremely cheap. For instance, MRI, the standard MRI which you do with the well defined clinical laboratories would cost anywhere between 3 to 4,000 rupees. It will become like 5 to 10 rupees if we can find a superconductor at ambient temperature.
In December 2017, the Cabinet Committee on Security cleared the India-based Neutrino Observatory project to be built at an investment of 1,500 crore rupees. Currently, nearly 26 institutions and about 100 scientists are involved in the project in collaboration with Tata Institute of Fundamental Research. Extensive research in the field has also led to nuclear energy being used in areas earlier unthinkable. Nuclear energy has also changed the way waste is treated in the country. In 2015, Ahmedabad Municipal Corporation joined hands with Bhabha Atomic Research Center to set up a sewage sludge hygienization plant based on gamma radiation technology. The plant can hygienize 100 tons of sludge daily, which can be used as fertilizer after further treatment.
Whole goal of the project which we were involved in with the Bhabha Atomic Research Center was to use nuclear energy to kill the harmful bacteria and viruses which are there in the sludge and thereby use it as a biofertilizer. So this achieves two goals. It helps us to use a biohazardous material in a useful manner, and at the same time it gives us access to a large quantity of rich organic matter which can be used as a biofertilizer. So, and this is the need of the hour in India because we have major problems with synthetic fertilizers causing depletion of the soil all over the country, which has had a spin-off effect on agricultural productivity in most parts of the country.
Nuclear energy is also finding its uses in agriculture. Other than the fertilizers developed by the sludge treatment technology, the Department of Atomic Energy has developed over 40 varieties of oilseeds, pulses, rice and jute, etc., which are disease resistant. Isotopes and radiation techniques are being used to combat pests and increase crop production. Fruits like mango and pomegranate and vegetables like onion and garlic are also being irradiated for shelf life extension.
More than 49 different varieties of seeds have been released to Indian farmers, where many of these seeds have a combination of these varieties, and that is how farmers can have a better crop produce. The maturity may be earlier. For example, in Maharashtra, huge amount of urad dal is or urad seeds are being distributed. So, if you eat idli in Mumbai, there is a good possibility that it would have been produced by the seeds produced in BRC.
Nuclear energy is also being used in fields like railways, water purification, desalination, among many other areas. And its applications are only increasing across many other sectors. With new research and studies being carried out, India is steadily moving towards its goal of increasing its nuclear capacity and providing clean and sustainable energy solutions to the country. There have been many milestones on India's way to becoming a major nuclear power. India's nuclear journey began in 1944 under the guidance of nuclear physicist Homi Jahangir Bhabha, known as the father of India's nuclear program.
In 1945, Bhabha founded the Tata Institute of Fundamental Research. In 1954, the Atomic Energy Establishment was set up in Trombay. The same year, the Department of Atomic Energy was also established. On 4th of August 1956, India's first nuclear reactor, Apsara, reached criticality at Bhabha Atomic Research Center. It made India the first Asian country outside the erstwhile Soviet Union to design and build its own nuclear reactor. In 1960 came high-power research reactor CIRUS with Canadian assistance. Together, CIRUS and Apsara became centers of excellence in nuclear education. India's first commercial nuclear power station, the Tarapur Atomic Power Station at Tarapur in Maharashtra's Palghar district, began commercial operations in 1969. In May 1974, India conducted an underground nuclear explosion at Pokhran, codenamed Smiling Buddha. In September 1987, the Nuclear Power Corporation of India Limited (NPCIL) was established. In May 1998, India carried out nuclear tests at Pokhran. In October 2008, India-US Civil Nuclear Cooperation Deal came into force.
In 2016, India applied for NSG membership. We have also made a very major headway in operationalizing the 2008 Indo-French deal that emphasized the peaceful use of nuclear energy. In April this year, the EDF Group of France submitted the binding techno-commercial offer to the NPCIL to jointly build 6 EPR reactors at Jaitapur. Expected to be completed in 15 years, the project will be the biggest nuclear power plant in the world. Once completed, it will provide 9.9 gigawatts of electricity. And this is roughly enough for about 70 million households. EDF estimates that the project will create around 25,000 local jobs in the construction phase and around 2,700 permanent jobs. The plant will offset 80 million tons of carbon emissions a year. With plans to become an important player in the global civil nuclear commerce, India aims to secure a membership to exclusive nuclear clubs in the coming years. At the same time, it is strengthening its domestic nuclear power market by ensuring a sizable installed capacity of both indigenous and foreign reactors. That's it from us in this edition. Thanks for watching Transforming India.